Christmas brought so much joy. Couldn't wait for the presents and laughter. I couldn't sleep late at night, looking for Santa with lights. Those are the memories I still remember. Then I became a man, lost sight of who I am. But right in front of me was the answer. 'Cause on Christmas I feel joy, and I turn back to a boy. The answer is to stay young forever. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song. This is not a Christmas, this is not a Christmas song.
Hello, Star Wars fans. You know, there's 321, just 321 days until Christmas 2025. And happy Friday to everyone. And Fitz, I see you being naughty in the chat. He's bringing up the Plagueis book. And I've read it 3 times because the first time I read it, well, you guys know. The first time I read it, I was like, I don't get it. I listened to it on audiobook and I was like, this was maybe the worst book I've ever listened to. And then I was like, well, everybody keeps talking about how good it is. I'll go read it in on the Kindle. So I bought it on the Kindle and I read it. I was like, nope, still not good. So then I covered it a 3rd time and I went chapter by chapter through it on our Patreon. So if you're one of our patrons, one of the things you can do is you can catch my review, chapter by chapter, outline of the Plagueis novel. Many people love it. Not me. But good to see you here, Fitz, giving me a hard time. And thank you for posting the Discord. Skywalker's Academy. Hello, my friend. Happy Friday to you as well. Good to see you here. And yes, 3, 2, 1, like a countdown. KG, there she is. I just shipped your prize for the leaderboard in the predictions game for Skeleton's Crew. I just purchased it, and you should be getting updates on that via email right away. Hi, Hodga. Hello. Good to see you. Hello there. It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. And yes, there's our Streamlabs. Or Streamlabs is posting here's our Patreon. If you guys come join us on Patreon, there's all kinds of things that we have over there available for you. I shared some of this yesterday, and I'll bring it up again today, just because Fitz, was giving me a hard time. But you can come in Patreon, and I have 1 week free membership, and I see that a handful of you have taken advantage of that. I've got like 5 or 6 new Patreon members who are on the free tier. So you get it for a week for free, and you can come out and check it all out. And here, for just $1 a month, that's the bottom, right? For $1 a month, you can. Okay, there we go. Dale says, Skywalker's Academy says, Ihadga is pronounced like dodge a ball with H instead of a D. Ihadja. Dodge. Hodge. Ihadja. Right? Something like that? Oh, thank you for that. To pronounce the name, think of a battle droid. They say Roger. But say Hodja. Oh, very good. Hodja, like Roger, Hodja. There we go. I like it. Hodja. I'll try to remember that. Thank you so much. For the lowest tier of our Patreon is just $1. For $1 a month, that's not very much. For $1 a month, you can be one of our patrons. Support what I do here on the channel. It helps out a lot. And then you can post live stream questions here, and I check these. I get notices. If you post a message in there, I'll read it. And if it's good for the channel, if it's something that you would like me to answer, I will certainly bring it up on the live stream. But look, you could go over here on the left-hand side, and you may not see this exactly like I do, but in the library, you'll find there are several collections, right? If you go to collections, and you can see here is Santa Reads Abyss. I'm still working on that one. Haven't finished it. Omen. This is Outcast. And then we have Thrawn Treason, Thrawn Alliances, Thrawn, and there it is, Plagueis. And you can go through the entire book with me. So there you go. Those are available to you on our Patreon. So there you go. Hey, first story up today. We've got I saw this come up. I just typed in are there any new books coming up on Discord? Not on Discord, but I'll be putting them on Patreon hopefully very, very soon. I would love to get some more stuff recorded and posted up there. I'm way behind. But we go to breaking news. Breaking news. Disneyland news today. This says breaking. Disney teases Luke Skywalker meet and greet at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. Oh, there you go. For those of you who live in Southern California or go visit, my friend Jason Ward, it's just a hop, skip, and jump for him to get over to Disneyland, take the kiddos over there, and they're going to have a meet and greet. Seth, good to see you. They're going to have a meet and greet. This is what they posted, right? This is from Disney Parks. They posted this picture. You can see here is the Falcon at Batuu there on the Smuggler's Run ride, and Lobo getting ready to go to Disneyland right now. Oh, well, you might have to wait just a minute, Lobo. It's not quite ready yet. Is Vader even at Galaxy's Edge? I have a picture of me. I met him at Disney World, not Disneyland. I've not been to, and he was not. I have not seen him in Galaxy's Edge. I met Kylo Ren at Galaxy's Edge, but no. But anyway, so let's read on. Let's read on. It says Luke Skywalker will make his debut at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge this year. Lobo says Vader is at the landing bay Visa card holder thing. Okay, very good. Thronkill, wish me luck going into court today. Oh no, good luck. Best wishes, Thronkill. Hope it goes your favor. So read on. It says Disney Park teases Luke's arrival with a social media video of the character and R2-D2 in front of the Millennium Falcon at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge. You want to watch it? Should we watch it? Look at that. How about that? There you go. So there you go. In a follow-up comment, Disney said more details are expected on February 10th. So today being February 7th, you have to wait all the way until Monday to find out more details. It says, and they hashtag it Season of the Force Disneyland, indicating this character meet and greet will only be at the California park. Boo. Right? My friends in Florida. Right? Where is that? What's up with not at Disney World? says the Season of the Force is an annual Star Wars celebration at Disneyland honoring May the 4th. It's set to take place from March 28th through May 11th, 2025. Oh, come on now. You can't do that. You got to put it in Disney World at least, right? And and Lobo, I see your comment. I'm going to absolutely talk about that. It says Luke Skywalker has never appeared at Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, and R2D2 has only made rare appearances. The video suggests Luke will appear as his young self from around the same time period as the Mandalorian. He's dressed in a black Jedi outfit with black glove on his right hand. It says young Luke is anachronistic to the time period of Star Wars Galaxy's Edge, which is generally set between episodes 8 and 9 of the Star Wars sequels, when Luke is an old man, right? Then the Mandalorian is set after episode 6, and on it goes, right? And Din Djarin and Fennec Shand have appeared in Galaxy's Edge, but they could ostensibly still be around by the sequel era. Din Djarin wears a helmet. There's no age visible. Fennec Shand appears young, and it goes into some more detail. So I'm going to bring this up only because I watched a video this morning, and I'll bring up my YouTube history, and this was pretty good. It went into the entire history of why. Here we go. I'm gonna bring this up. Hold on 1 second here. Gotta pause this, mute it, and I'll post this link so you guys can find it. Here, let me share this, copy it, post it in here. There's a history for the Galaxy's Edge, what it started out to be versus what it ended up being, right? And I posted the video here. Let me share it on the stream, and let me. It's muted there. We got to go past the ads. And this is a detailed history of Galaxy's Edge, and it's about a 30-minute video. This wonderful young lady, she's a fan. You see her channel is called The Mouselets, right? So she's a Disney park fan, and she goes into the entire history of what it could have been, what they advertised it as being, and what it ended up being, right? So it's a really good video. I watched the entire thing this morning. I encourage you, go catch it, watch it if you get a chance, because I do think that they can make some changes to Galaxy's Edge to make it more generic time period, and instead of it being smashed between episodes 7 and 8. I think it was 7, 8. Is that right? Let me go back. I think it's 7 and 8, or is it 8 and 9? Anyway, it's set right in the sequel era, right? And they had planned that it was going, the big ship that like Kylo Ren comes out of, that ship itself is also, it never showed up. It was in some of the original concept art for the sequels, and it just didn't happen. So I think they could change it, make that ship more generic, and make the land. I've mentioned this before. I think they could change time periods throughout the day. And in some of the novels, especially the Thrawn novels, you've seen where Batuu, they went to Black Spire Outpost on Batuu in the prequel era. So Anakin Skywalker has been at Black Spire Outpost on Batuu. Padme Amidala has been at Black Spire Outpost on Batuu. Luke Skywalker has been there. Darth Vader has been there. And I want to think it was in another book set even later. I got to go back and try to scrub my memory. But there's been several novels throughout the different eras. And I think all they would have to say is we're going to have character meet and greets of, say, Luke Skywalker and R2D2 from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. And then from 12 p.m. to 2 p.m., come and meet Din Djarin and Grogu and Fennec Shand. And from 3 p.m. to 5 p.m., come and see, just change. You can have Kylo Ren and Rey Skywalker in the evening, whatever, right? Change it up and allow people throughout the day to come back to Black Spire Outpost. Since it is not the scale that they originally kind of thought they were going to build, you can get people to go to Disney World, go to Disneyland, and visit at different times through the day. Right? Come back and get your meet and greet with Darth Vader, and then come back later and get a meet and greet with Kylo Ren. And, get your picture taken with Rey, whatever the case may be, right? So wouldn't that be great? It says Batuu. Okay, so but yeah, I think Lobo, instead of being set in a particular time, it should just be more generic Star Wars themed, and you can go there any time of day and meet different characters. Don't try to shoehorn it into a particular era, right? Have it cover all of them. It doesn't have to be canon adjacent, right? It could just be, it's a Disney park, right? That's all it has to be. It's Star Wars themed. It doesn't have to fit into any canon. If you wanted to, you could have Darth Vader and Kylo Ren standing right next to each other. Who cares, right? Imperial activity. Hey-yo, from a lumberyard somewhere in the galaxies. I get a second day of back-to-back Star Wars Meg and Star Wars Santa videos. Good to see you. And I saw your feedback yesterday. It was fantastic. Thank you for watching. Thank you for your support. Fitz says, put it in Disneyland Paris. Yeah, I think they should put it in all the places, right? Right? Mumbo Jimbo, hello. I lost track of time and missed the first 40 minutes. No, you didn't. You only missed 10 minutes. I started a little bit late today. Yeah. I see Ahsoka a lot at Disneyland. Fantastic. Yes, you can have Ahsoka there. I think it would do them well to have different character meet and greets at different times of the day. How fantastic would that be, right? I think people would really enjoy it. KG, I love the sequels, but there's no reason why it can't encompass every mean. Amen, KG. You're exactly right. This is why we're friends, right? Brett Phillips, hello. Good to see you. Yeah, it's a much easier way to make money. You get people to hang out because the land isn't that big, right? You can visit there for a couple hours and then, you move on. But if you had a different meet and greet later in the day, be like, oh, you know what? We're going to stay until 5 o'clock because I want to go back at 5 o'clock and get a meet and greet with R2D2 and Luke Skywalker, whatever, right? Or, oh my goodness, I can't believe it. They're going to have Anakin and Padme there. Great. Change it up throughout the day. It doesn't have to be set in a particular time. It's a silly idea to not have any previous Star Wars stuff, right? Yes, it's a commercial no-brainer. Oh, you're right. Black Spire is between Return of the Jedi and TFA, just before TFA. Okay, thanks. Well, Black Spire Outpost, the way that it's set up in Galaxy's Edge is after TFA. It's just after TFA, and but Black Spire Outpost is also showing up in all these other places I already mentioned. In the Thrawn book, Padme was there, and Anakin and Thrawn went to look for her. That's right. That's exactly right. That's what I was mentioning. And then Thrawn takes Vader back later. And if you read those novels, it's fantastic because when Thrawn and Vader are on their way to Batuu, Thrawn's like, You remember the last time you were here? And Vader's like, I've never been here. He's like, oh, that's right. That's right. Yeah. Well, you remember that one time when we did I didn't do the thing. Stop it. And it's great. It's I'm making a lot of that up. But there's stuff like that in the books. It's just fantastic because Thrawn kind of figures it out. He's like, Lord Vader, I think you're Anakin. All right, it's really good writing, really good books. Cannot encourage you enough. And as I mentioned, those are also on my Patreon. Right? Maybe they can end whatever the canon storyline is at Galaxy's Edge and go back and do what was like during the prequels or OT, etc. Yeah, just say we're done with this. Now we're going to do, Mando Grogu is going to be here at 1:30. Real Ben, hello. Here's an idea. How about change each season? During winter, more of a Hoth, Starkiller base. Summer, Mustafar. Spring, Andor. Whoa. I don't mind the idea, Ben, but I think it might be hard for them to completely overhaul the look of the place. But they could change the seasons, like, over in Universal Studios, they've got the whole Harry Potter thing going, and they've got year-round snow on the buildings and stuff like that. So they could absolutely do different things like that. Get the Ewoks out. Yes. Where are the Ewoks? Oh my goodness. Why not get all of them? Yeah, there's many ways to cover many eras. That's exactly right. They wanted it to be canon, just like the hotel. That's right, Lobo. And that's why I said, go watch that Mouselets video. It's 33 minutes long. And she does just a fantastic job of covering all the high points without getting too deep into the weeds. And yes, the plan was at the original to be an immersive, you were in the middle of a real Star Wars story. Just the hotel's gone, right? Hotel's gone. Don't worry about it anymore. Set it for whenever. It's Black Spire Outpost has existed for a long time. Prequel era, OT era, sequel era, and just swap out the characters throughout the day. It doesn't have to be canon. If you want, you can have Padme standing next to her grandson. Doesn't matter. People don't care. They'll just want to go get pictures, right? You've got Ben Solo and Padme together? Great. I'll go get a picture. Nobody's going to be like, actually, she was dead. Nobody cares. Nobody cares. Right. What does it say? Patine could be the Dark Lord of Europe. Paris, Patine. Paris, like Palpatine, Paris Patine. Oh, I got it. But in the book, Leia is still alive. Yeah. Good afternoon, Baymax. Baymax, still under the weather. Thank you so much for joining the chat. I appreciate it, my friend. He says, if anything, he's feeling worse today. Oh no! Oh no! And by the way, I text my friend Jason Ward again today. I haven't heard from him in a few days. I don't know. He's been working in a school, and being around kids means you catch things. So I don't know if Jason's just really, really sick, really busy, or what. He's down there in Southern California. But Jason, my friend, if you're listening, best wishes to you. I also reached out today to Bestman Bulletin just to see, hey guys, how you all doing? We haven't heard. Ray is on the way. That's right. Eli, if Disney made the Lucas World layout that got out online in Florida, and Galaxy's Edge in Disneyland, it would, yes. So there was some fan-made art, and essentially it's like Epcot, but it's all Star Wars lands. So you can go from Andor and those themed rides to uh, Tatooine and those themed rides and around just like you would with Epcot. And I'm for it. I've been to Epcot. Epcot's great, but Epcot could be better, in my opinion. Now there would be tons of Disney fans that would lose their minds, but you could take that planet Earth, that big silver ball that's in the middle of Epcot, and make that it's begging to become a Death Star, right? Am I right? That ball is begging to be a Death Star. And you could take the ride through there and see the different platforms. You might see in there Kenobi, Obi-Wan try to shut down the power grid so the Falcon can get out. Like it could be great. It'd be fantastic. And then instead of like going around and now you're in China and now you're in the different world, make it all Star Wars, the whole thing. Right? For me, that'd just be like perfect. But there are Disney fans that love Epcot, and they don't want any changes. They get upset because some of the old Epcot stuff's gone. They would lose their minds if you pulled entire Epcot out and did the other. Right? I would never, ever had the Parm. Let me see if he goes on. I don't know what you mean by the Parm. I don't. Okay, let's see if we can get caught up. It's where I think my chat looped, right? Yep, it looped. I'm seeing the same comments from earlier. Yep. Let me just pass. I'm seeing the exact same comments that came from earlier. Maybe they can. Okay, yep, I saw that already. Okay, I'm. If I missed your chat, you said something great. I would have never made it. Be part of the continuity at all. Would have never made it part of the continuity at all. Right? Parks about making money, not worrying about continuity and being bootstrapped by that. Amen, Ben. You're exactly right. Doesn't need to be, right? By Marathi. But you guys, I would love, when I was down there, I would look for Vibe Marathi because I know who she is. I wanted to ask her about Captain Cardinal and what's his real name? Captain Cardinal. I can't remember his actual name. I was just going to name drop and see how well the actress who's playing Vi Marathi actually knows her own canon. Oh, what do you think the chances are? Right? I think the chances are nobody asks her about Captain Cardinal, especially not his real name. Many of you probably knows, like Thronkill probably already knows. Epcot was awful when I went, but that was 1999, right? Hashtag make this Death Star. I thought that since they built it, Lobo says. Yeah, exactly. It would make a lot of Star Wars fans really happy if they would just redo that. Yeah, somehow the chat returned. They were supposed to make it in that employee parking lot. Yeah, Galaxy's Edge. Yeah. Okay, our check. There it is. Skywalker's Academy knows. It's our check. Our checks. That was the guy's Captain Cardinal's actual name. Captain Cardinal's pretty cool dude. He was he's simultaneous with Phasma. So Phasma has the silver armor, and she is, you know who she is. And then Captain Cardinal, he has all red armor, head to toe. And he and Phasma didn't exactly get along. And then he kind of slips into the mindset of following the rebels or the new order. So anyway, there's that. So I mean, New Republic. So there you go. All right, there's more. There's more news. So we covered that Luke and R2 are going to be at Batuu, Disneyland, and we should get that very soon. More news on that coming Monday. And for those of you in Southern California with access to Disneyland, I hope that you're able to get some fantastic pictures there with Luke and R2 in front of the Falcon. That would just be fantastic, right? So there's a couple other things I wanted to bring up. Let me see. Let me see. All right. It was Meg covered it this week, and we'll just touch base on it quickly. There's been some turnover over at. Oh, Lobo says I have a magic key. Definitely going to get picks. Oh, fantastic, Lobo. Sounds like you're a frequent visitor to Disneyland, and that you're able to get over there. Yes, look, Skywalker's Academy. He knows all the things about Captain Cardinal, right? CD0922. Very good. Archex. Really good character. And he and Vi Marati have a little relationship kind of thing. So enough about that. There's some turnover going on over at Lucasfilm. We've seen some management leave. We've seen some workers leave. We've seen some folks in charge of different things leave. And Meg, in her video, covered today some of the things as well. And one thing I wanted to mention, I watched Meg's video earlier. One thing to remember with Ahsoka season 2, and if you haven't watched Meg's video, go watch that. You don't know what I'm talking about? Go watch Meg's video. Star Wars Meg, catch what she talked about today. I'll just give you a brief, very high level overview is that with Ahsoka season 2, a lot of the director staff, right? Not the director, but the staff around it. Some of the heads of different departments have left or they've been replaced. It's important to remember that Ahsoka and the Mandoverse shows, Mandalorian, Book of Boba Fett, were all shot in Southern California. Right? They were shot in Southern California. Skywalker's Academy. I know where to find all the things. Google is my friend, right? Very good. Yeah. Now, Ahsoka season 2 is the first of these Mandoverse stories to shoot over in the UK. It's in London. And late last year, they started shipping stuff from Southern California over to London. And some folks started heading over too, right? So just before the holidays, there were people from Southern California, part of the prep lead team for Ahsoka season 2, went on over. They went across the pond and they started setting things up. So into the last year, they started some of the pre-production work over there. They've been doing set building and stuff like that since around that time, first of the year. And they'll be shooting season 2 in the UK. So with all of that, with all the pre-production, with everything that's going on, and when they go into filming, they're going to use, there's a lot of tax benefits in London, England. They give money back, but you have to hire a certain number of people who are from there, right? You just can't bring everything from, say, California to London, shoot your entire thing there with entirely American employees, right? Everybody's American, and you just shoot it there. You can't get the tax benefits. You have to hire people from the UK, right? So I imagine a good bit of the turnover is related to that. Certainly not all of it, right? There are some staff, there executive changes going on at Lucasfilm. Read the tea leaves. It looks like there's going to be even more change coming. And I'm not one to speculate or get into the whole Kathleen Kennedy's leaving, but eventually she's in her mid 70s. So, eventually, but so there, some things indicate that there are already some pieces in place. And some of it's related to shooting Ahsoka season 2 in England. Other is related to some of these changes they're making, some of the shakeups they're doing, and certainly they're realigning some of the priorities there at Lucasfilm to deal with some of the things they've experienced through the past few live action shows and some of the fan feedback, right? So there's some things going to happen. There are things happening as a result of some of that feedback, right? Fan dissatisfaction, but also because business. I'm a big Ohio State University football fan, right? And we just won the national championship. You know what happened? A bunch of people started taking jobs at other universities, doing sometimes the same job or in other jobs because they get paid more. So the same thing is going to happen with any business. Lucasfilm is no different, right? People work there for a while and they move on. Some people work at a different studio for a while and then they come to Lucasfilm for a while. So some of it's just normal turnover, but some of this seems exceptional. And I will say, they're just looking at the tea leaves and seeing what's coming. I would expect in the course of the next 6 to 9 months to maybe see even more, right? Paybacks. To keep those tax benefits, Lucasfilm struck a widely publicized deal with the British Prime Minister some years back, which means there's an agreement to keep shooting productions in the UK. That's right. And they have to do it with UK personnel, right? They can't just replace them all with Americans, right? None of us will even believe when Kennedy actually retires because it's been said so many times. Yes, you're not wrong. Ben says, I genuinely wonder if Kennedy is going to retire. It's not me being anti-Kennedy, but there's just turnover behind the scenes. And I wonder if they are setting up structure for post-retirement. I think they are, Ben. I've talked about this in some of our members only Zoom calls, monthly Zoom calls. And there have, and again, this is just business. Any large business, they have things that are called succession plans, right? And once you start to get up into management, you have to pick your successor. And when you're meeting with your boss, and everybody has a boss, right? I don't care if you're the head of a department, you have to report to the CEO, and you have to tell them who is your replacement and what are you doing today to prepare them for your job tomorrow. And this is a constantly changing thing. I know who that person used to be, and I think I know who that person is now for Kathleen Kennedy. So she has a successor already named. I think I know who it is, right? It appears to be, but at the same time, I don't work there and I don't know, right? So through all levels, right, they have to have these succession plans. And she does. I'm sure of it. So does Dave Filoni. Anybody at that kind of level of leadership. And I'm certain that one day Kennedy will go. But from what I've understood, the last person lined up for her job and the new person lined up for her job, and I talked about this on Meg's Discord, has never written a single Star Wars piece of content in any form. Never written, never directed, never been over any, is not a name that you would know from, writing, creating, directing at all. Like zero. It's not somebody you've heard of. It's a business person, right? People are like, when Kathy Kennedy leaves, it should be Jon Favreau. It's not going to be Jon Favreau. I would be, I'm fine with that, but it's not who it's going to be. It's just not. Has she produced? I think she is Kathleen Kennedy's successor has been listed as a producer on some stuff, right? If she hasn't done any Star Wars, why pick them? Because business, right? You have to go through financials, and you have to go through executive kind of stuff, right? You're doing business kind of stuff. You're not writing stories. You're not directing movies. You're not. That's not what they do, right? Yeah, they're just. Hold on one second. Um, my daughter was trying to call me. So yeah, that's not a creative role. It's a business role. And if you were to take some people, some people have talked about this. If you were to take, say, Dave Filoni and make him the new CEO of Lucasfilm, well, that'd be the last time Dave Filoni ever wrote or produced any or directed anything. It'd be the end of his career as a director, writer, director, content creator. That'd be the end of his career doing that. Do you really want that? Or would you rather bring somebody in who has a strong business acumen, who can deal with financials and budgets and business meetings all day and do that, right? Oh, Fitz says, I work in finance, but I don't necessarily know what I do. Fitz, that's funny. Well, guys, I thought I would spend pretty much the rest of today looking at some fan fiction. And there's been a couple of things, right? Ben says, that's good. They don't have to be creative. They just need to be good enough to empower the right people and delegate. Yes, you're exactly right, Ben. Ryan Day, the CEO. No, he's the head coach of the Ohio State Buckeye football team, right? He's not a play caller. And they even interviewed him and said, why did you stop calling plays? He said, well, because I had to focus on other things, right? So he's got an offensive coordinator offensive coach who makes the offensive play calls. He's got a defensive coordinator, defensive coach, who makes the defensive play calls. He doesn't do either, right? He's not making calls on the field. He's coaching the team. Giving feedback to his leaders and getting maybe if something's not working, he can give them the feedback. So yes, that's the right idea, Ben. You have it. Fitz, you're being naughty again, right? We're going to look into some of this fan stuff. And there was one that I saw come up on my feed earlier this week. And then Baymax posted it, shared it, and said, hey, this is really, really good. So I went and watched it. And this is short. It's 7 minutes, 44 seconds long. I'll mute it, and I'm going to put it on in the background here. This is Star Wars, Heir to the Empire, the anime, episode 1. And it's in the thumbnail. I put the thumbnail for this, right? This is so well done. You guys will see it's very anime. And in fact, I'm going to speed it up because we're not listening to it. And I want to get through this faster. So I've got a 2x speed, right? So you guys, bear with me. This is fast. So there's the crawl at the beginning. And somebody asked the other day, what's the difference between what makes anime anime? It's a stylistic thing. It's a way you tell stories. And I compared it to modern art versus Renaissance art, or postmodernism compared to other forms of art. So anime is a form of art animation, and this is so good. You can see a lot of it. You got layered things. And a lot of anime, they freeze. There's not a lot of animation of the character. And you'll see that here as well. That's Luke and Obi-Wan having a conversation. You have oversized eyes a lot of times in anime. You can see that with Luke. And this just looks amazing. Looks absolutely amazing. There's 3PO in the background. And this is just this isn't actually the story. It's a bit of a trailer. It's a bit of a teaser here for episode 1 that they've been working on. There's Tatooine. Look how good it is. Look how amazing this looks. And there you've got Han talking to. Now this guy here is like fully anime. The guy he's talking to, that dude there, yeah. So this is great. So check it out. This is called Heir to the Empire, the anime, episode 1 fan film. Let me go ahead and see if I can get the link here. Hold on a second. Let me leave this. Let me do the share. I'll copy it and I'll put this into the chat so you guys can see it here. Here we go. Let me go down here. What's going on? I can't access my, hold on. I can't access my chat. Come on, chat. Yeah, there's Mara Jade, right? You guys see? Hold on. Just give me a hard time. Okay, it won't let me post. I can't. Yeah, it won't let me. It won't let me. It's my stream. Hold on one second. There's another way to do this. I'll open up the old YouTube studio. I'll post it in from there. Let me just go to the studio while this is playing. And you guys are seeing that dashboard. And there's Paleon, Rook, Thrawn, right? Go in here. Control room. Okay. There we go. There we go. That'll take care of that problem. And there it ends. That's how it ends. Really, really well done anime Star Wars. And then I've got another one here queued up to do. Let me put things back because I've got everything messed up where I was trying to get that to cooperate. So yeah, Thrawn looks menacing. The animation looks amazing. So go check that out. I posted they replaced Joruus Sabaoth with an evil Mace Windu, which I thought was brilliant. Right? It's absolutely brilliant. It was very, very good. Now, this one I've not watched. This is a 1-minute conceptual trailer for another fan-made bit here, and I'll put this in the chat as well. This is called Death Rattle. I'm watching it for the first time. I didn't preview this one. I thought it might be more fun to actually do this together. I'm going to turn the playback speed is normal, and we're gonna play this trailer. Let me see if I can, I'm going to unmute it and see if I can get the volume to come through here. So let's watch this one together. It's called Death Rattle. And I'll put the link to Death Rattle in the chat right there. And let's watch it. I don't know what I don't know if it's. And I don't know if you guys can hear it or not. There we go. Got some clones moving on a position. Oh, really good animation. This is really well done. Looks like it's done in like Unreal Engine or something like that. But the quality is just really, really good. I like the impact. We've got some battle droids coming in. There's some B1s. Look at that. Oh, it looks really good. This is their conceptual trailer. Speeder pikes. We've got them coming in on a landing ship. Oh, it took a hit. Death Rattle. There you go. I like it. I like it a lot. So there's Death Rattle. I also point out that one of our channel followers, somebody who is here with us from time to time, Star Wars Mania. Star Wars Mania and I'll put this as well. I'll put it in the chat. He created an audio book of Thrawn Resurgence, and it's the first half of that book. This is not animated. This is strictly audio. The whole thing is just this picture right here. So if you want to catch that, it's an hour 15. You'll have to go catch that there. Jedi Mike, what did you miss? You missed all the things. Just go back and rewatch from there. And then I thought I would just show you in YouTube. I just put in Star Wars fan film, and I filtered it here for this year, right? Just so I get the recent stuff, and we can go through and see. Like here's a Darkness Emerging. This one's 43 minutes long. Samuel Davis posted it yesterday. There's a fan film. Here's the Heir to the Empire one that we just watched. Looks fantastic. And then keep going. Here's a Kyle Katarn, Rising Dawn, 5 minutes long. That's not very long. It was posted yesterday. So this is how you can find some fan films. Here's a final trailer. It's 2 minutes long for Darkness Emerging. And then Darkness Emerging is up here, right? The actual film's there. So you can catch that. It's 4K. So fan films. We used to cover these more regularly when I co-hosted with a Magic Maker. But here you go. You can catch these online. There's plenty of content to catch as we wait for Andor season 2. We're just 74 days away from Andor season 2. And lastly, today, I thought, well, let's go down the Twitter feed, right? The animation used tools use Unreal Engine. Yeah, I could tell. It looked like Unreal Engine, so it was in the description. Andor season 2, it's coming. It's almost here, and I expect those who are fortunate enough to go to Celebration will get to see some exclusive Andor season 2 content there. Maybe even like the first episode, something like that. But I thought, well, let's go through the old Twitter feed. And let's see what other Star Wars news is here. We'll just spend a few minutes doing this. We won't do it for a long time. But I'll thank all of you for being here. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday. And I hope you have a wonderful weekend. But let's keep going. I've also got a Mike Porter dad joke queued up, ready to go. And so here we go. The Twitter feed. Meg, don't give in to hate. That leads to the dark side. Meg is an absolute shining star amongst content creators, Star Wars content creators. Absolutely love her. Look forward to her daily videos. And, she's been taking some, she's had some difficulty, right? She's been getting a lot of flack recently, but love Meg. Here's something about That's Just Great. They started a new podcast. Somebody mentioned some upcoming novels. There's a lot of things coming. Daphne Keene on the show's cancellation says it's definitely overwhelming for all of us. I think we were all very proud of what we created, and I'm very proud of my character, Jackie, even though she got a whole bunch of holes plugged in her, right? I was proud to show my friend Amanda handled. So there's Jackie. There's the Luke Skywalker coming to Galaxy's Edge. Star Wars Direct reposted that. What else do we have? Cute animal videos. Right, I watch too many of those. Let me see if I increase the size of this. Can I get rid of? There we go. How about that? That's better. Beluga whale, puppy, Gandalf the Golden. Josh Allen, my quarterback. Let's go back to the top. 74 days away from Andor season 2. Kyle Katarn posted that. There you go. I look forward to that. Mandalorian and Grogu star Sigourney Weaver reveals that Grogu has grown up a little bit in the new movie. She said, "I get to have scenes with little Grogu, which is probably why I did the movie." And he's not just an infant, right? It's going to be wonderful for people to see what Grogu is up to now, because he's grown up a little bit and it's capable of much more than maybe we think just watching the series. I've been saying he's 50 years old. I am absolutely certain when we see Yoda, same species, and when Luke meets him, he acts very immature as well. But he was a good bit older, right? So I'm pretty sure that is there a time skip? I don't think it's very, very long. And Sigourney doesn't necessarily know the lore that's going on here. But as I was saying, I think Yoda pretended to be very immature. And I think that maybe we have seen, Lobo's headed to Disneyland. Have a fantastic visit, Lobo. Hope you have a wonderful time there. Have a great weekend, my friend. Take care. Quentin is in the chat. Hey, I don't know that there's a time skip. I think maybe Grogu is starting to actually show what more of his true self than this infantile self that he uses as a defense mechanism of sorts. That's just my own theory. I have no idea. Just finished reading the first issue of Legacy of Vader. It's everything they hoped it would be. Truly a sequel story, era story that I've wanted to see since 2019. Yes, the reign of Kylo Ren. Many people will be picking that up and reading those. Oh, look, reindeer in the Northern Lights. How about that? Again, that's Unreal Engine kind of thing, but it looks good. Molly Damon. Sigourney Weaver was delighted to join Star Wars franchise. Grogu was the whole reason she signed on. A lot of people now getting the story about Luke. Here we go. We've got Darth Vader. This is and Rey. Look, we have a young little Rey right there. Darth Vader went by. Boba Fett going by. There's Rey, little girl. I said, stop now. Who? No, on there's Captain Phasma. Captain Phasma. She goes by. There's Kylo Ren, and she's saying, "Go shoot, go away." And look, here's Rey meeting Rey. Oh, how wonderful is that? I get a little hug from the girl, and there's Chewie. Get a little hug to Chewie. How good is that? That's pure wholesomeness right there. I love it. High school game. Yeah. My friend John Justice. And on it goes. So there you go. I thought, well, let's just take a look and see what's on the old Twitter. So there you go. You guys, Mike Porter dad joke. Haven't seen Mike in the chat, but I owe him one for this. I watched Mike, a guy who loves Star Wars, and he gets super chats and he does voices of different characters for super chats. I don't, because I can't. I'm incapable. I'm incapable of doing voices. I just can't. But Mike Porter, it's his fault. He gave me this dad joke today. I'll do what I can, but I'm telling you all, this is not going to be good. There's no way this is good. You've been warned. It says, did you hear that Chewbacca has finally spoken out about the evil empire? His statement reads as follows. There you go. That's my best Chewbacca. It's not good. It's not good. Not good at all. Mike Porter, I owe you on that. What did you do to me? It's Mike's fault. That was terrible. Leave the voiceovers for the professionals, right? It's not Santa. No, not kid. That was terrible. That was absolutely terrible. I should have done it the way Jason Ward does it. I should have just gone woof, woof, woof. But I went for it. I thought I would give it a shot, right? Solid Mike Porter joke. Thank you for that. Santa Baca. Love it. All right, you guys. I hope you have a wonderful weekend. Thanks for hanging out with me for an hour of Star Wars. And we just had a good time chatting about Star Wars. And I look forward to seeing you all next week. Have a wonderful weekend, my friends. And until next time, Merry Christmas. And may the Force be with you always. Bye-bye.